There.
How's it going?
Hey, how you
Um,
doing? It?
all right. So we're gonna do the final recording for session 8. So the first question says, share what happened last week regarding expressing gratitude and appreciation to someone, and how did you feel?
So last week we expressed gratitude for each other, and I remember you were saying it, how it out we were former classmates before, and it's cool that we were able to help each other out and be good friends too in this course. And it was kind of cool um knowing it. Well, having you express gratitude and appreciation in.
For me, it felt really good telling you, and expressing um, how I felt, ever since I met you. Like everything was very organic and very truth and honest. But I, I, I also was sharing, as I said on the previous session, I also wanted to express my gratitude with family, and I did that. So obviously, after I expressed my feelings to them, it made me feel really good, and I think it made them feel good as well. And I hope, when I express my feelings to you, yeah, I'm sure that it made you feel good, at least I hope so.
Yeah.
Um, So question B says, what are three highlight qualified strengths that you feel you have and can speak about with evidence?
So
Go
for
ahead.
me personally, I think I'm a pretty good team player. I could be patient when situations get really stressful or complicated. And I'm also pretty determined to get
Okay.
tasks done in.
Okay. For me, I feel like I'm kind of like organized. I tend to keep everything um very like on point. Like if we're gonna meet at 7:30, I try to be there 5 minutes early, or if if we have a paper that's due the 25th, for instance, I try to have it ready by the 24th. I also feel that I'm good with communication. Like I try to communicate as much as I can, or as much as information I have, to the people that I'm working with, or in this case you. And I feel sometimes I'm a good leader. Like people kind of every now and then they ask me, hey, do we have anything that's due for this class or whatever? So I don't know, that kind of that gives me a sense that I'm kind of like a leader in a way.
Mhm.
So what experience and evidence do you have to support these positive traits?
So I would say my biggest evidence would be at work, working as a team. Since I work at Starbucks, and we're a team of baristas, we gotta help each other out. Either when one of us is up front on the register, or on bar making coffees, or on ovens, putting foods in and out, and just having a nice flow as a team. And at school too, when we're working in group projects, like we can apply these principles too, such as teamwork, um, being patient and determined to finish the project on time.
Good. For me, it happens mostly at work. Every now and then, even my boss, which is kind of cool, he like, hey, Sergio, what do you think about this project? How do we approach it, and how do you feel about it? Or, the fact that he asked me about how to even approach certain projects. So that kind of makes me feel that I have, these positive traits that I speak of. Um, so yeah. Next question. Do you have a story that speaks to who you are as a person, an experience that speaks to your core values and what you care to do in this world?
So I would say my story mainly is the experience I had at Starbucks working as a barista. Like it really showed me that having a good team is super important to be effective and to be happy overall. And it really shows that if you're a good team player and you're in a good environment, you'll be effective. And this goes for all jobs too. So I
Hmm.
think having these values as a good team player are really good at and can pay off at in any job. And
Okay. I feel like for me, patience has been kind of one of my weakness, I guess. And now more than ever, I feel like that has grown in me. Like I've grown in that sense. Like I'm much more of a patient person, and that I take that to my I guess I can relate it to my job as well, and the fact that I'm more patient and that I can look at things in a different way. Um, that kind of speaks to me as who I am as a person. Um, yeah. So,
awesome.
what will you do to continue expanding on your compassionate relationship selling skills after this program is over?
So I think the best thing I could probably do it is it look for ways to improve these skills and like trying to find ways to be a better team player, being patient when situations get really stressful, and always being determined to get work done. And I think a good way to do that would be seeking feedback from others, so you know where your weaknesses lie, your strengths lie, and just look for the best ways to improve it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually was thinking something similar to that. I was thinking, more like doing research. How can, like, for instance, if there's like an issue at work that I can't really take care of, then I can, probably do some research and, you know, um, just, I guess, researching and finding ways that are not like overall the same,
Mm-hmm.
making it easier for other people to interact, I guess, and to sort of show compassion just overall. Um, so the last one, I think, oh no, we have two more to go. What hurdles may prevent you from applying lessons from this program in your daily life?
So I think probably the hardest thing would be is getting stuck in a daily routine and dealing with like the stresses of everyday life, and like just going day by day by day by day doing the same thing, and not stopping for a moment to think, heck, what can I do differently today? And how can I improve today? And sometimes we just get so caught up on every day being the same, and that we don't look for ways to improve it.
I really like your answer for that. I guess we don't really think about these things until we actually say it or you hear someone else say it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's probably one of the things that happens to me a lot. Like I go in this routine kind of a thing. And so now that you've mentioned it, it's probably like one of those things that you never really hear so much, but like I just heard you saying that. So that makes a lot of sense. But for me, I think it would be being recognized, I think, or recognizing myself for the work that I do. That could be something that could prevent me from applying these lessons to, I guess, not believing in me so much. But that could just be one, I think.
It
All
makes
right.
sense, right?
So, what will you
Awesome.
do to refocus from distractions and practice positive techniques from this program?
I would say the best thing would probably be looking back at what I learned in this program, looking back at previous experiences, and looking back at what I learned in school, and just applying everything in.
Yeah. Well, you did that's interesting. I'm trying to think of something that's for me, I guess it would be yeah, I guess going back and taking a look and see what you've learned either at work or at school that can that can really get you to practice positive techniques. But I guess not forgetting what you've learned so far in this course, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's. I'm not sure I understand. Oh, okay, that's my watch. All right, so I think that's it, right, for this part of the
Yeah.
for this session, I believe.
Awesome.